I'm Lourdes Duarte. Adelante Chicago starts now with a look ahead at the midterm elections and the role the Latino Caucus is playing in politics. Also a big event that they've got coming up. Joining us now, our state representative, Fred Crespo. He is also the chair of the ILLCF. And with him, Jesus Alquicira. He is a 2012 scholarship recipient from the Latino Caucus. Welcome to the both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Nice to have you. Nice to have you. Let's start by talking about, we're just a few weeks away from Election Day. The Latino Caucus seems to be growing in the last, I'd say, 10 years or so. What is your role in the upcoming elections? How have you guys worked together to get the message out?
Yeah, if you're a state representative, you're up for re-election, so obviously they're very engaged in their own elections. And we've seen the caucus grow. We have some members that won their primaries and they beat non-Latinos, so it'd be nice to see some more Latino faces. Currently, we have around 17 Latinos in the General Assembly, 5 in the Senate and 12 in the House. But these are Latino districts. Some of these districts are not represented by Latinos, and we're seeing now the evolution where more Latinos are stepping up, running for office, which I think is a good thing. I think they're more tuned into the issues and concerns of the Latino community. A lot of our local elections are driven by what's going on nationally. Okay. And it seems like as a Latino caucus, it seems like we're reacting a lot to what comes out of the president's office.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we had our own issues to deal with here statewide, where we had a budget that we couldn't figure out, and social services kind of took a hit for several years. Do you see that recuperating and things getting better?
So I'm chairman of the Appropriations Committee for General Services, so I've been intimately involved in the budget process. And I can tell you those 2 years without a budget impacted a lot of folks, but it had a real huge impact among the minority population. We had service providers that had to shut down, they were not getting paid. We did pass a budget. Folks have criticized the ultimate budget, but it was the budget nonetheless. It's better than having nothing at all. Yeah. It all depends now on the new administration, who wins in November. I'm trying not to be political, but I think we have one of the candidates already has a history of how they deal with budgets, and the other one we hope understands that we need a budget in place. Things are a lot better than they were 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, we hope they continue improving. Let's talk about this event that you've got coming up here in November. That is the Latino Caucus Scholarship event. You've got a luncheon, and this is really the place where you talk about some of the big issues, and this is where I bring you into the conversation, Jesus. It's my understanding that the Latino Caucus has given out thousands and thousands of dollars in scholarships. You were one of those recipients. Tell me about that.
I was. So back in 2012, I was at UIC, University of Illinois Chicago, and going through the motions, finding money. At that time, I was undocumented, so it was very hard for me to find money. A lot of scholarships require you to be a citizen or minimum a resident. I came across through one of my societies with the ILLCF scholarship. As soon as I saw what the requirements were, I happily applied. Once I applied, I received a phone call. And after that, it's been like everything just went so smooth. I was able to meet people that are outside my education. I'm an
engineering, right?
I am an engineer. I just got my master's. At that time, I received my bachelor's. But with the scholarship that I received, again, it's going back to developing those network opportunities that were there not before. Through the scholarship, I was able to meet a great mentor of mine who's also an engineer and a vice chair for the ADELANTE, which is Michael Gonzalez. And in addition, I mean, the money is great because, again, it's
when does it not help, right?
You have to pay for school at the end of the day. So for me, that was great help. After graduation, I was able to work at the Chicago Transfer Authority, where I was basically just paying everything off by myself, received my master's, and I'm still involved with the scholarship. With the foundation, through the scholarship process. We're planning on having basically we're trying to do envisions, have a group of people that already got the scholarship. So if any of the...
So serve as representatives,
exactly,
right?
Any of the
what can be done. I think this is one of the things that people don't realize because they hear Latino Caucus and they think, very politics. And one of the wonderful things that you do is awarding these scholarships to kids that would otherwise not have that opportunity, like Jesus.
Yeah, we have our Latino Caucus and we have our foundation, and the foundation is the one that puts this program together. And I should add, Lourdes, it's great having Jesus here because that's what we're all about. And we have given over $750,000 in scholarships, close to 375 students since 2002. And we're hoping to continue growing the program as we get more donors to this conference.
Okay, as the conference gets started, what are the maybe top 2 issues that you think you'll be talking about?
I think it's really just recognizing that there's been a growth among Latinos in terms of politics and the economy. And we're trying to figure out, we have great panelists. We have Juan Salgado, who's the chancellor for City Colleges of Chicago. We have Juan Dominguez, who's the new CEO for Comcast. So we'll be looking at different industries like energy and see the opportunities for Latinos to grow in that industry. What can community colleges and other institutions do to help folks get the skill sets necessary to get into those jobs?
Wonderful. Let's get the information up on the screen on the Illinois Latino Caucus event that's coming up. That is November 16th. ILLCF, I believe, .net if you want more information. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Louis.
All right, see you
Thank
then.
you.